we will continue with
Yeah.
the very, as well, important pieces this year, the Odysseus titanium. And well, first of all, titanium, I think it surprised people because Odysseus seems very sporty to everyone. It's already very surprising, but this year titanium. So can you explain or share some idea about the Odysseus titanium?
Of course, it's first we have working very long on the steel Odysseus. It was one of the most difficult projects. Knowing that famous brands with icon models since 40 years are on the market, and knowing that people compare us with them, and also the wish of many collectors. I started in 2004 at Lange, and there were collectors who say, Tony, I have 23 Lange watches, but not the watch for the most precious time of the year, my holidays. Because with the beautiful, I'm not going to jump into the pool with the tight work or something like that. So, and that was the goal, and we worked very long. We tried all different aspects. You know, we didn't have a Gerald Jonta to make us the special stuff. No, and we didn't want to do that. So we came with the steel, and it was like wow, and we were so overwhelmed by the success of that watch. We made it like, okay, this is the steel watch for our collectors who desperately want, I want to wear a Lange.
Now people are very desperate
and
to
now
get it.
people are very desperate. We are also, to be honest, we are also very desperately working very hard to try to deliver all the watches. A thing we do not want is let people wait for watches over years. But the demand is very high.
Yeah, true.
The whole world had some very strange time, let's call it a strange period behind us the last 2 years with people got sick and stuff and delivery and stuff. So we had a bit of issues, and that steel was new material for Lange, and now came another material for Lange, titanium. I can tell you this has been all the time on my wish list. Not only steel but also titanium. I like titanium watches.
First of all, when I see the Odysseus in steel, I really want to get it. And second, the white gold, I was okay, I still prefer the steel. But now the titanium come out, I say, well, I think I should switch to the titanium model.
And it's and we worked very long because you want to differentiate, of course, towards the steel and the gold. So you find a new, and you maybe noticed that the steel not only has a blue dial but also a certain structure on the dial. The
There's
rough in the middle and the texture. In the white gold, it's again different.
Yes.
Titanium, again different. It has a different ribbing around the hour markers.
Is it more like sleeky? It's more like sleeky.
Yeah,
and
maybe. It gives the impressions that the hour markers are pressed in the dial, which is not the case. But it's like the ribbing goes... Like it's just... the guys in design got creative. So...
And we also mentioned the color.
Yeah.
The blue color is very common now for Lange & Söhne, but this color is like you cannot tell it's blue or gray or it's something between. It's a very like brand new color for Lange & Söhne.
It's a new color, new product family, so it gives us the opportunity to play, like I always say, because we have quite strict codes, which is a good thing. And we call this ice blue, not because of the temperature, don't worry, it's not ice on the wrist, but and again, actually very classical. The date and the weekday are printed black on white, like we do classically. Here it's color tone and like in the white gold version, but I think it's the bracelet. It's just fantastic. It's very detailed. Each link has. It's blasted, the upper surface, and then all the bevels are polished from each link. So it's a lot of work.
It takes more time than the steel one because we know the
definitely.
titanium has a different hardness and character than steel.
So and we made the design of the case also so it looks like it goes seamless from the bracelet into the watch case. A nicely polished titanium bezel, and of course all the functions, the movement is the same. day switch, weekday switch, screwed on crown, 120 meters waterproof, and of course the adjustable buckle, the fine adjustment, and it's really
That
cool.
is my favorite part.
I
So
wear the
clever.
watch, the steel one, and it's always in the morning your wrist is smaller, in the afternoon it's open, and sometimes if it's a boring meeting, you can play
You
with
got
it.
a thicker.
So yeah, it's really this is limited edition of 250 watches. Yeah, I'm very proud, and maybe you want to know what the weight is, what the difference between titanium and steel. This
I
is
want to know.
148 grams, 104 grams.
Oh.
So it's lighter.
Even with the same movement.
Yeah, it's the same movement. The movement is exactly the same. So you have the rotor with the platinum mass. You have the balance wheel bridge, 4 hertz.
Do they do the special polishing process? Because
Yeah.
this titanium looks
Yeah.
grayish, darker than the rest of the
Yeah.
titanium we can see in the market.
It's we have, you can play with the material you do the blasting with, not sand. Everybody calls sand blasting, but it's in fact not sand. It's another different material where we do it with. And then you have not only the size of the, how you call it, the grain, which you, it also matters to the dark color. If you do it with sand, it goes very matte, dark gray. This is currant. Currant, I think is the real English word for that material where we do the blasting with, and a certain size of the grain where you, and that creates a it's dark gray, but not too dark and too matte. It has a certain shine on it, and that's very important.
It's very silky.
Yeah,
Very
it must
silky.
be. That's exactly the right word, because it should be not only a sporty watch, but a sporty, elegant watch. You know, when we worked on this design, one criteria was this must be very smooth. Most of the sports watches have bulky bezels, huge crown protection, because they want to say to the wearer, you can, play with me because I'm robust. This is also robust. There is a crown protection in that watch, but it's integrated in the middle part. That's why the crown has an extra long tube, but it's integrated in the middle part, so it doesn't disturb you while wearing during sporty activities. It's the same with the pushers. They are so different, and they're completely integrated in the case.
Even you see from the side of the case, you still see it's totally different from the steel one.
Yes.
And also the white gold one is very unique in
Yeah.
itself.
It has some coolness over it, and
Yes.
it is very elegant.
And I really like the way the designer find the right tone of the dial to match this special bracelet, and it looks very cool and stand out. Maybe the stand out is not. It's a really stand out from the rest of the titanium watches.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thank you.
I think you're going to make everyone desperately to get it as well again.
Yeah, that's the point. As long as it is a positive desperation, then it's okay. We work very hard, and to put the watchmakers also on Odysseus and so on. It has been a challenging 2 years, not only for us, for the whole world, but in this case to build and deliver the watches.
But when people would describe the Odysseus like sporty watch, would you agree that kind of a description or?
I think it's a sporty, elegant watch. I think elegance is really, I'm wearing this under a suit. For me, it fits good. Maybe there are people saying, okay, better not. But it has, and that was the goal when we developed the watch. It must be 100% Lange. That was the main thing. And then create a new face. And that's the most difficult task you can get as a designer today. Especially sport watches makes, I think, 85% of the watch industry.
Yeah, it's very challenging.
It's very challenging. Find a new face. Sometimes you have everything's been done. And that's we worked to get this watch. I think we did 4 attempts. We started in 2005-06 already. First attempt. We didn't work from 2005 until no. But we said, okay, what is then the sporty elegant watch? Is it a Lange-matic or a Datograph in a steel case, and you put on a huge crown protection and this? that would be a rip-off. Because people just bought a platinum version, which looks a bit the same. So you should give it another identity. Okay, so we went off, no, we're not going to put our standard movements into a steel case and suddenly you have a sports watch. Then we said, okay, what are we going to do? Are we going to do the Géorgenta method, like create with shape bezels and stuff like that? We tried, we designed, it was no way. That was a very short attempt, I can tell you. There was no way. We thought, okay, it would be Me Too, like copying the famous brands. We don't want that. Everybody should have his own identity. And then we said, okay, we have to create a new face. And maybe there has been an influence probably by Zeitwerk, you know, the left and the right windows for the day and the weekday. Maybe, not on purpose. And we came up, I think, in 2012, 13, was first time with this day-date thing. And we worked bigger, smaller things. And it's an outsized date, but it's a completely different construction as we are used to in Lange 1 or a Saxonia, because it's so near to the edge of the dial, so you have to find another solution. So I'm very happy with the Odysseus.
It's very successful piece.
And I can tell you, this is not the end. We will continue. This has always been planned like a family.
I think you read my mind, because I was thinking, should I ask you the possibility of the extension on this collection? Because we see the steel, white gold, and titanium.
Yeah.
Would be the material, would be the possibility in the future, or the phases and the complication maybe?
Let me take a look. Unfortunately, I can't show you. No, we have ideas. We have ideas. And we take our time because it must be good, especially high quality standards. Waterproof watches is a special thing. Functionality, special thing, and also the identity. You know, I don't think it would be a good idea to take for example, the movement from the 1815 tourbillon and put it in a case like that. That would be like, oh, what's that? No. I wouldn't exclude maybe a tourbillon in the future, but it will be a dedicated movement for that product family, like we do always.